Alrighty then, folks. Welcome back to MS Saga. It's actually been a while, hasn't it? Anyway, welcome back. So, in the last where we last left off in the last episode, Fritz abandoned us, and we're about to go to China. And yeah, so I've noticed in the last episode I didn't talk about Scavenger or Vargas at all, because this is Vargas. He is the neon purple-haired Jamaican who needs to be Jamaican for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, his stats are actually pretty good comparatively. Like, none of them are really bad, but... And he has a GM Sniper. It'll load eventually. Yeah, he has a GM Sniper too, actually. The GM Sniper one's the green one, though I'm pretty sure I said that last time. Anyway, yeah. We're not really talking about him because... literally, that's all he has. Except for Invisible, he's not all that useful. Invisible is like a stealth system. It makes lower level encounters not happen. Mind you, we have like 98 stealth systems or whatever left over, so it doesn't really matter. And later on, he gets this one boost called Counter Snipe, which cancels out any melee attack that the enemy launches, which is really goddamn useful, and he'll be Pinnacle in like 3 battles. But for now, Aeon can do all the stuff, and Aeon's actually a little bit stronger than he is, which is sad. But yeah, his mobile suit, we can change all the equipment if we wanted to. Yeah. We're not actually giving him that, we're going to give that to Scavenger in a second. Yeah, so we can fully change his equipment and upgrade his mobile suit. You know what that means, right? You don't? Well, okay. Anyway, so... first things first. Also, I saw this in the comments on something awful. He has both shoot all and the melee moves. He's like the better version of Fritz, and like his techniques he might not have as many techniques as Fritz did at that time, but his boosts are way better. He's actually much better than Fritz. I never knew that. Like, I always thought Fritz was the best. But, well, Fritz is the best later on. I won't deny it. But for now, he's gone. So, what we are going to do is we are going to give his MS back. We're going to switch his Dom for Fritz's mobile suit. And I'm going to need to check the parts to make sure everything's right. We can't switch out his GM Sniper, which sucks. But we can upgrade it if we wanted. Or we can't switch his MS, but we can change the parts. So if we, say, wanted to... I don't know... and give these over to a GM, these GM Sniper arms over, and see if this Hyzak arm is this GM Sniper arm is a little better than the Hyzak. It is. It increases speed and range. Let's see. Okay. Well, we'll leave that there for now. And this is kind of it tells you what's going to happen. Soon they're going to start using short circuit attacks, which suck. But anyway, so we gave Scavenger Fritz's old mobile suit. Now we're going to give him Fritz's equipment so that he can do shoot all and everything just like Fritz can, and do more damage than Fritz could. So yeah, he has some weird stuff. I'm not actually changing that. He can live with all that stuff. And we'll range combat him, so he actually has some okay junk. We don't have anything to affect everyone else. So, now that all that's done, we are going to China. And it's very blatantly obvious that it's China. Like, it's kind of really bad. Something I want to go check real quick. Oh yeah, there's somebody standing there. I didn't notice. So, yes. A little bit of lag there too, but probably won't hit the final upload. And after we finish up... yeah. You've seen all this before, there's no treasure left or anything, so I'm just running straight to it. And when we do get to China, we're gonna go fight... before we actually go to the town, we're gonna go fight the mini-boss that's there. Because there's a mini-boss there, and thinking about it, switching out Scavenger, and then switching Scavenger and Aeon. So yeah, there's a mini boss really close to there, and we're actually gonna go fight it. Mainly because it leaves, mainly because you can salvage a very, very useful item from it. He ran away to go train with Marie and get a Gundam because, you know, she had those and didn't give us any. Seriously, like, you'll find out later she had some really good ones, and she gave us a GM in the beginning. What the hell? A GM without a beam saber also. It's not like Vargas is the head of a group of pirates and actually has a job or anything. He can just go fuck around with us in Asia. Mind you find out why later. For Vargas is not very much of a stretch, though he's an evil mastermind and we all don't know it yet. We're just gonna walk half across the continent. It's not like 700 miles or anything, because, you know, they can totally see a Ga from, like, very, very far away, but they won't be surprised when a couple of mobile suits just walk in. But anyway, I'm just making sure everyone's full HP and full TP. So, there's a boss in here. Well, mini boss in here. It drops a weapon and a part. The weapon's not all that important. The part is. Just doing that to heal up a little bit. We don't even need to save. It's not that hard. I don't remember what's in here, so it's nothing important, but... Oh, it's a short barrier. That protects you from shorts. And it's kind of useful if you don't have a bunch of extra propellant and enhanced wings like I do. But I suggest you mine E-caps this early in the game, because it makes it so much easier. And I also forgot we had the prototype Gundam shield. So yeah, there's just this random battle here. There's no prompt to this, you just have to go and look and find it. After this part in the game, it's completely gone, so you can never get it back again. Guess what we're fighting? A ninja. Well, Black Assassin. They'll call it a ninja later. So, we are going to save up, or no. We are going to shoot all with our long-range beam rifle, and everyone else is going to charge. Next turn, we are going to defend because he uses Sonic Boom. But we're just going to cycle through our boosts, and we'll defeat him in like 3 or 4 turns. He only has like 2,000 HP, so he's not all that tough. So we are going to defend. I don't believe any attacks block us from Sonic moves just yet. Counter Snipe can cancel them out, but we can't block them just yet. It still did a bunch of damage. But he didn't do as much as if we would have let him just attack us. And wait, Tristan has Gatling Body? Oh, Gatling Body. I'm thinking Gatling Attack. That move's really useful. He has Acid Clear. Oh, Acid Shield. Alright. And you are going to actually heal yourself because your boosts do less when you're hurt. Which, she's both poisoned and hurt right now. Oh, Mega Slash. That's bad. Mind you, he had like 200 HP, so it didn't really matter. So, you are going to heal yourself with a repair kit. These are kind of, we don't have very many of them now, but we're about to be able to buy more, and after this session, I'm going to go grind out a bunch more money because we're about to be able to purchase another mobile suit, and it's kind of expensive. So, I'll just waste them now, and a little bit later I'll buy some more. And we need to cure her poison, and let her attack. But we are going to boost. You are going to use high repair on yourself. And you are actually, he's going to get destroyed either way. So, we are instead going to use a regeneration kit on him. His next turn, the Black Assassin is going to charge like he usually does. And then we're going to have Aeon fix herself, and then... Or no, we're going to have Gavenger fix Aeon, and then we'll have Aeon use her boost. Or, he has high repair. I don't know why I'm telling him. Wrong guy, that's why. You're going to charge, you are going to use high repair, and you are going to boost. None of Gavenger's boosts are really all that worth it right now. He doesn't get the really good ones just yet. Oh. Well, damn. Well, Gavenger did nothing. I wasn't actually expecting that, to be honest. Okay, you are going to use a... We're going to boost, because why not? You are going to use a regeneration kit. It's kind of a lot worse than I thought I was going to do on this battle. But oh well. And as long as I kill them, it's fine. And he's going to use that... he's going to... What was the word I was going... Alright, so he's going to use Sonic Storm again, and we ran out of... Alright, we have 3 of these, so that's fine. We are going to use a regeneration kit on Aeon, and she's going to boost, finally, with a railgun. Yes. So it's Sonic Storm, Mega Slash, Charge, basically. And Gavenger's actually going to blow up. Through fun reasons. Oh, just barely he didn't. But he's going to Mega Slash next turn, so... Oh, but he got heated. That's nice. I don't think he can actually cure himself of heat. But just in case he can, we'll be careful. We are going to use an Acid Clear on... Ooh, Cleansing Fluid, that's what it's called. We're going to use Boost... Now we're just gonna shoot all. We would be able to use our underarm cannons and then our shoulder cannon, but it's not all that worth it. And then she's going to high repair as well. I could be reducing his stats, but I'm not going to. Well, some bosses you actually need to do that. With this one, you don't. Oh wow, that killed him. I'm surprised. Yeah, we'll fix Scavenger after this battle. It'll work. And we got a Kaempfer Spike, which is what we really wanted in the Ninja Sword. The Ninja Sword is really small, causes poison when they attack, but does very little damage. But the thing is with like characters like Aeon and, well, Aeon right now and Fritz later. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, with characters like Aeon and Fritz now, they can't do any damage anyway, so there's no real point in giving them a high damage weapon because they won't be able to do much. So if you just give her that poison sword, occasionally they'll hit you, and she'll counter them and poison them and do a lot more damage than she usually would. And, yes, yeah. The door is firmly locked. It's always firmly locked. I don't think it ever gets unlocked. Well, yeah, I don't think it ever does get unlocked. You have to come back to all the bases later in the game, and you occasionally get to do some stuff, but... Yeah, I believe that one's always stuck there. And we're going to use Invisible with Vargas. I'm telling you this now, I always get lost going to Tohai. It's not on or even if it was on our map, I'd get lost. Like, it happens all the time, but we have to go down around through Siam. And you'll notice that the maps get a lot better the more east you get. Like, in the west, it's really bad, but here, then it's perfectly fine, except for that giant lake. That giant, like, peninsula that shouldn't be there. Yeah, so it's here. Yes. And this is how you know it's in China. The Padogas. They really did make him a stereotypical pirate. I also believe this is about to be the end of her characterization. Which doesn't really matter in this game because no one's really a character. But yeah, so first thing we're doing is going to the unicorn base. There's the giant unicorn thing out front. And we're going to go equip that part we just got, because it's much better than the Goth Spike. See, like, better in almost all regards. Well, all regards, actually. Just checking more for melee than for speed. And we could give him a Zegot Claw, but I don't suggest that. Yeah, and all our mobile suits are all fully upgraded already. The new ones we're about to get, I need money to do, so I'm going to try to not spend very much money. But I'm going to go look through the item shop and whatnot. Yeah, we can buy more stealth systems. That's nice. Yeah, nothing here we need, though we can buy repair kit DXs here, which is kind of nice. So next we're going to the weapon shop, then we'll go to the parts shop. Oh, and there's something you'll notice talking to people in this town. Mr. K runs the arms business, and he's the ruler of this town. And people are too afraid to snitch against him. You know what that means, right? He's basically the mafia. Like, there's no doubt about it. I think one of these rooms has a chest in it. I'm not actually going to talk to these people. I'm just going to go look for shit. Because this is an RPG, so we have to break into people's houses. Because, you know, why not? And no, there's not a chest in here. It's probably the one on the other side. This city is really symmetrical. And the place we're about to have to go to do the mission, or well, to find out where the place where the dungeon is on the other side of town. Oh, he also owns all the shops, so it's a complete monopoly as well. He's at least doing it well. And the large heat hawk. I don't like axes because they cost an extra energy, but we can get the Gelgoog shield. We're actually going to buy one of those. The small shield, it's kind of nice, but we don't need it. Metal guards and then arm guards. I don't think we need either of these yet, so we're not going to get it. We already have one of those. Beam, large heat hawk, and then the beam javelin. We're actually going to buy one of these for Trimi, because she gets like speed lancer and stuff where she can actually use lances, whereas Tristan gets mostly slashing abilities. So always keep Tristan with an axe or a sword, and keep Trimi with a lance. Oh wait, I was gonna equip the shield. Okay, so whoops, not. Or yeah, that one. We move that down. We go to the Gelgoog shield, and we put that there. I think in a little bit we're gonna get a new melee weapon too, so that should fit over that. But we have a lot of room for it right now. And now we're about to go to the range weapon shop, which is also the parts shop. And that's where the stuff we really need is. And then we'll do the story a little bit. We'll go talk to people, we'll go raid some houses, and then we'll go to the dungeon. Oh, and see these stone lion thing? Well, you can't see them just yet, but I'll show you in a second. She is. We found her in a building and she knew the evil plan. Or we found her in the middle of a dungeon and she knew their evil plan. Totally an enemy. She's going to betray us eventually. Mind you, we're also working for a guy in a mask, so if you know anything about Gundam. That's assuming she isn't the big bad guy or anything. And if you see in the back that one that says weapons, that's the ranged weapons shop. And we're just going to ignore them because they don't have anything fun to talk about. They basically say that we can't talk about Mr. K. This is the parts guy, that's the weapons guy. Those are Zaku machine guns in the background with some random numbers next to them. We can actually get the Goth custom shield, but it's not as good shield as the Gelgoog shield, and the damage isn't worth it, so we're just going to keep the Gelgoog shield. Our machine gun, some bigger cannons that we can't use, the bullpup machine gun, which isn't much better, railguns, which we already have, the 180mm recoilless rifle from the Ground Gundam. It's actually kind of useful on one of the later bosses who has an eye field. We're not going to get one of those yet. We might get one later, but not now. And then the beam rifle. Vargas came with one of these, and we have a better one with, we got a better one from a chest way up north. And then there's the parts. The gun cannon shoulders, which I don't know why you'd buy them. The Dowadge shoulders, which we're buying, like, I think 4 sets. We can buy more if we need them because they're really good. If you got a Gelgoog instead of a Gaian, and you couldn't afford to build another one, you can buy the Gaian arms here. Giving Tristan a right Gaian arm will help his melee a lot. So if you do like him having a little bit of range, you can kind of divide it up and have him with some range and some melee. I prefer him as all melee, though. And, yeah. Nothing over here, no houses. Okay. We're gonna go back and go equip those items, just in case we get attacked for some random reason. Not saying that that's gonna happen, but it might. Okay, so yeah, Dowadge thrusters, way better. Oh, and these are from the MS-10 Dowadge. It's not the Dom, but the one that looks like the Dom and acts like the Dom. But these thrusters are so much better than anything we could have given. Actually, the armor's a little bit worse, but 30 extra speed. That's a trade for 5 armor. And then more armor because the other one wasn't as good as the Hyzak shoulder, or Hyzak armor. Then more speed than the Gelgoog shoulders. The only thing is the spikes. I like having melee, so it's not worth giving up to the main character. And then for him as well, but you'll find out why we did that later. And all those mobile suits we could sell, but I'm not going to. Should take those off. Take all this off, because we don't need it anymore. Still love those Hyzak legs. We basically gave a Dom Hyzak legs to make it go faster. Cancels out the use of a Dom altogether, and would theoretically make it go slower, but this game, so whatever. So now we're actually going to go do the story, go steal some treasure, and whatnot. And there's a kind of long cutscene. So, yes, I will be shutting up now. Goodbye. It wasn't like he was spying on anyone or anything. Oh, and something I just want to point out because it's funny. If the text box wasn't there and this wasn't a video game, she would be flashing everyone below the stairs, or on the stairs under her, so it wasn't really peeping, he was walking, and she just thought he was peeping. I believe this is the last cutscene in the game. Or the second to last one, I can't remember. You never learn why Vargas is such a badass. And remember how she acts, because that's what character she's gonna be. And what mobile suits she's gonna get. Which, yes, that is in fact our new character. Li Fang. Or Li Fang. I think it's Fang in this one. So yeah, Vargas was actually spying on him the whole time. It just looked like he was beeping. Which, with how she's dressed, it didn't really matter, but still. Vargas is just pure badass. And I'm pretty sure he's also the character to get the most development in the game. Because, you know, Scavenger just kind of sits there. Trimi, well, we'll find out what she's all about soon. And Aeon doesn't know what's happening, and Tristan's just reckless for no reason, and Fritz is the abject coward. So, yes. And I think that's all the characters, actually. Everyone has just one trait, but then Vargas is kind of developed. Which is kind of annoying, because this could have been such a better story than it actually was. They wouldn't actually have to try either. Oh, and see those stone lions? Almost all of them in the game hide something. One of which we're actually going to find very useful. Oh, and this building is really western-y, even though they make it look kind of Chinese. Still doesn't act like a sky pirate either. It's more like a really bad racketeer. Now imagine everything he says in a George Tohai voice. Makes him so much of a better character. And just so you know, if you're ever making a deal and they offer you a 20% premium, say no. They are either a Fed or trying to trick you. Yeah. I wouldn't trust this guy as far as I could throw him. Just saying. You never offer 20% extra. Always start with 1% and go up to 5. You like money too, remember? Not that that's any important and that any of you would ever need that, and that I'm giving you any ideas. Just saying it. Yeah, so there's nothing in here. There's nothing really to talk about except for the guy with the funny hat. This guy had... Remember that explorer from Angelia? Or Angelian? It's the same guy, just in blue instead of green. He looks even more ridiculous. Sigh. Well, if he was legit, he wouldn't know who you were, but he would still have met with you. Just because he's legit doesn't mean he has bad manners. Yeah, so we're gonna go steal some treasure and then talk to the person who actually knows. But yeah, like I was saying earlier. Oops, I can't find it. There's supposed to be treasure back here, but I can't. Oh, clicking the wrong button. Yeah, 10,000 credits. We actually need those. We're about to use money really well because we're going to need a lot of it very soon. But if you notice, there's like a slight little blue line. Yeah, there's chests behind here. And a hacking tool. That's actually useful. You need as many of those as you can get. And if you sell those, you basically have to trade out an item. Mind you, if you're mining E-caps like I do, you won't actually need any of those items besides some of the weapons and if you wanted some of the data. Though I think a lot of the data you get for free. So, it's one of these houses that there's some items. Talk to Vargas because why not? There's actually pretty few people for this being slums. Yeah, this one has the lockpick. So there's something in here. Not all that worth it, but there's something. What is it, like 3,000 credits? Yeah. Wait, was that 30,000 or 3,000? Okay, that was just 3,000. Just making sure. So yeah, there's 1,300 credit or 13,000 credits in Tohai. So if you really need money, you can get it, and you can afford Dowadge thrusters. Oh, whoops! I moved down instead of over, which it's not like we're walking down a street or anything, and it stopped me. Smoke bomb. Those allowed you to escape from battle. There's like no chance, it just lets you escape. Can't use it on certain fights and boss fights. I have a couple of them because I was hunting golden GMs earlier, but I probably won't use those because I always forget about them. They're always on the bottom of the list. And are there any buildings over here? And we'll talk to Dreamy just because this kind of adds to her development, sort of. And it auto did that, so I didn't even talk to her. So she just admitted that her brother is a zombie. I mean, Zarth. Whatever they call them in this game. Anyway, so we're looking for somebody with neon blue hair and red eyes. Because they're brother and sister. They can't look too different, can they? So yeah, there's only one building left. All those people are just playing hide and go seek. And you don't talk to them because they're children. Who wants to talk to children? But then there's this one random child in a house with no bed. Are we his friend or not? No, we are not. Even though this is really a mafia town, so he should go tell somebody and get us killed. But you know, YOLO, whatever. Because this kid would totally know where it is on a map, because they're raised in basically poverty in China. So they can totally read maps. But yeah, if you don't know where this is in the game, you would totally miss it. Like, there's no reason to even go in this building. Like, unless you followed Vargas and knew exactly where to go, you'd actually find the dungeon through looking around because you have nowhere else to go. God, the first time I tried to go to that place in Africa, it literally took me like a month to find it because I wasn't paying attention. I didn't read dialogue, so like I didn't know where to go, and it took so long. It's ridiculous. But anyway, we're about to go to the actual dungeon now, which we're gonna go fight some people. But since we're actually going to go to the dungeon, I'm going to go save this so I don't have to do all this crap over again. So that'll probably be the end of this video, and I'll just post 2 today, which I need to make up for stuff anyway, but I don't want to record too many today because I need to go train for like an hour and a half. Yeah, I'm gonna go train for about an hour and a half, go get a bunch of money, and go get some more e-caps, because we're about to start part 2 after the next dungeon. Part 2 starts. And then after that happens, there's this town where you can get some really good items for 50 e-caps a piece. So, or 45 e-caps a piece. So we're going to go get them. Or it might be 50, I don't know. But they're actually pretty good. So we'll get those eventually. But for now, that'll be the end of this video. You should like it. Or not. I don't really care, actually. Goodbye.